Stevie Moore on Pure Channel. Thank you very much, Mr. Moore.
My pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you on this web TV. I'm not going to present one of your records because there is 400 records you did. Is that right?
This is correct. And that's only because I've had tape recorders since I was a little boy.
Yeah, that's true.
That explains everything. I record everything, and everything is valid and on an album. I don't have outtakes and cutting room bad stuff. It's all...
did you have a recorder and did you study music? I was wondering that because of the influence of your dad, Bob Moore, that was a very famous musician, was it the thing that gave you the envy to play, seeing him play, record?
Well, he had a huge inspiration on me, and I even inherited his DNA genes of hearing music and playing. But otherwise, he was no inspiration at all. I had to break away from my father and the idea of making it in the music mainstream and be an underground and do it DIY, the way I wanted to do it.
Is this why you went independent? Because your father was in another path? You needed to break from your...
Well, I didn't do it to rebel from him. It's just the way it happened. No intent. I didn't intentionally do anything. It's just how my life went.
The instruments also, you're a multi-instrumentist, I don't know how to say that. Was it also because all the instruments were around you at home?
A little bit. And also the convenience of not waiting to find somebody else to come play the part. I'll do it myself.
Was it a decade work, knowing how to play more and more precisely every instrument? Did you find yourself more free on piano, free on guitar?
Yeah. But I've never been obsessed with improvement and trying to get better and better. I've been playing since I was a kid. I have a style. I'm great. I'm sometimes really bad. I don't obsess with it though.
What was the idea, the concept for you of reel-to-reel recording? That is not very spread out with the home studios, but you were the very first to do that.
Yeah. And again, the reel-to-reel was not intended. It was there in my lap, so I used it. I never thought, well, I got to find something different or better, or that's what was there. And again, I mean, people don't even know what that means, reel-to-reels, but that was the first way of making your own sounds. And that includes the little cassette decks. I don't mean Porta Studios of the 80s, the cassette revolution. I was part of that too, of making your own albums, you know. But in the 60s, we had little cassette decks. Record, da-da-da, da-da-da, simple as that. And I love that kind of music, as well as being a composer and arranger and big production, rock and roll, orchestra. I like that kind of music. And I also like them back to back. And that's part of my style, is that all of my albums are like mixtapes, various artists, variety, diversity. All of my career really has no intention. It's total random, whatever happens. Things fall into my lap. I don't go pursue any kind of focused direction. If something comes along, I'll go there and do it that way.
So is it kind of an everyday diary, what you're recording?
That's right. And that's why I have so many albums, because I'm a sound diarist. Sure, I'm a composer and I do everything, but I consider the fact that I don't throw stuff away. Most people keep the great stuff, and they don't want you to hear that stuff. That's how art is. Film, art, people are embarrassed. I don't want anybody to see that. Then they die, and then somebody says, look at this. Yes! So, and that's how I feel about life, you know. Every day is different, you know. I don't rank favorites in anything. I like this, and then the next day I'll like that. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
You work with the young generation too. You were here with the Tropical Ooze. You've been working with many new musicians.
That's right.
Is it a way for you to, I don't know, discover new sounds, new energy, and new dynamic?
Sure.
Yeah.
More energy than anything, because I'm getting old and I need that kick in the butt from the kids. You know, there's a lot of kids that are fans and collaborators. Just millions. I can't even keep up with them. And sure, I'm honored. That makes me feel great. But, you know, they don't influence me as much as I influence them. That's the point. They're doing it their way.
they change your way of writing? I mean, the words. Do you feel you're more and more like a poet now?
No, because of the young fans or collaborators, no, not at all.
And for yourself?
I don't record and compose much anymore. I dabble in it, but I have such a huge back catalog. So that's what I kind of rely on. And I have many new listeners that hear something that I recorded 30 years ago and think, wow. So I don't need to worry about, I miss it, being prolific, making new music, but I just don't have the time. And my new life is performance, which I never did that for years. I've dabbled in it, but I've never been on tour. And now I'm going around the globe. It's amazing.
You feel like in your 20s discovering the world?
Yeah, sort of. Except my body doesn't. I want to go lie down all the time,
My last question, we understood really well that you went free all your life in your music artist career and in your life too. What's the question of the independence? The independence related to the industry. Was it for you that you needed to do that cassette factory and then the CDR stuff? You wanted to be independent? Was it really meaningful for you?
Well, very much so. And people also ask, did I avoid the corporations? And the running joke forever was, well, I'm waiting for somebody to come and sign your name here. What would you do if a major label came? And I always said, I'd sign it. And of course, that's bullshit. You can't do that. That's suicide. Because you got to read the fine print and they'll stab you in the back. We've heard so many horror stories in all the arts. You got to be careful. So I've been lucky in that I wasn't given that contract long ago. But again, I don't intend to buck the system. I just do it automatically. I just do it automatically. And I'm not a big salesman, so I haven't been able to go out and peddle my wares. I just do it on, I was doing it on the postal system before the internet. And of course, when the internet happened, that was tailor-made for me because I am communicating directly with thousands of fans. No middleman, no company. A lot of people got my music free, but that's not their fault. It's not my fault. That's technology. But I love that. I don't have any problem with that. Steal my music, although,
Yeah, you need to.
I need to eat, yeah. So, but it goes hand in hand. It's about awareness, word of mouth.
That's a good word too, and thank you very much.
Thank you so
it was
much.
a pleasure. And
Fantastic.
the conclusion is be free. You become
free.
a lofi legend or an independent legend.
Yeah. And refuse mediocrity. Things have to be interesting. It's not just about being independent. You have to be a little smart. Too many people are lazy and they don't try to be different. You got to be different.
And you got to show everything, even the less good stuff you did.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good
Peace.
conclusion. Thank you.